astrology of the moment of this full moon, what's going on in the stars. Then we'll do a little bit of a Kundalini practice, a more subtle Kundalini practice, doing some movements just to open up the body. Sagittarius is a very physical sign, so we've got to do a little bit of movement. And then we'll go into a meditation and spend a good time in our meditation. So hi, everybody. I'm Pavanjeet, if I haven't met you before. We do these every full moon. Every full moon, we do a special meditation, and I try to align it with whatever the energies of that particular full moon are. And I often do stuff on the new moon too, but I haven't made a commitment to those in the same way as I have with the full moon. So we do this for every full moon. So we're coming out of eclipse season, and we'll have eclipse season again in October. But we're coming out of our eclipse season. You know, the eclipses are still affecting us. They can affect us 6 months on either side sometimes. So they're affecting us all the time, pretty much. But eclipses, especially this last one, was very much about pulling things out of the closet and pulling things out of the darkness and making you realize things that you maybe didn't want to realize, the patterns you didn't want to deal with. So that's one thing that a full moon can do. It can bring up things, it can illuminate, right? The full moon is when the moon is completely illuminated. So it can illuminate some emotions or some feelings that we have that are unsettled, that are unfinished. That's something that happens on a full moon. But also what a full moon is, and what I'd like to have this full moon, or have us remember on this full moon, is that a full moon is a celebration. It can also be a celebration, right? Sometimes when we do spiritual work, we get very much in the, you know, there's this like American spiritual work where we're just working, doing all this spiritual work. I'm meditating, I'm doing my things, and blah, 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 blah. And we forget that actually life is a celebration and we should celebrate it. We're only here for so long, and you all are showing up and expanding your consciousness, expanding your awareness, and that should be celebrated. And so we've already had kind of the full moon, that lunar eclipse, to pull out all the stuff. So I want this one, and I really think this one is a moment for optimism again. It's a moment for us to just feel good and to celebrate, like we're still here. We've made it. We made it through a motherfucking pandemic, everybody. You know, like we've gone through a lot. We've gone through a lot, and we're still going through things. It's not, you know, life isn't over, but we've gone through a lot, and it's worth celebrating. Life is worth celebrating all of the time. And the full moon just reminds us that this life is worth celebrating. We can celebrate and enjoy. So this full moon, it's in Sagittarius. That means that the sun is in Gemini, so they're opposite from each other. And then we have Neptune, which is pretty strongly square to them. So it's kind of at a perfect square angle to the sun and moon. And what that does, that also can add to optimism, but it's very dreamy. Neptune is very dreamy. It's very etheric. It's very much like, oh my gosh, what if this? What about this possibility? What about that possibility? So this is a full moon when you can kind of, you might feel a little dreamy. You might feel kind of sensitive too. You know, it might feel extra sensitive today with the full moon. You might be really experiencing the energy of the full moon with Neptune square to it. And then we also have Saturn, which is going retrograde, and it is sextile and trine to the sun and the moon. So that's a more supportive aspect. It's not as strong as the Neptune aspect, but it's a more supportive aspect. So what I would say is there's a little moment for optimism, right? We've been kind of pulling the gunk out. We've been like doing the spiritual surgery on ourselves, like pulling out kind of this emotional stuff that needed to kind of bubble to the surface. And now we have an opportunity for a little bit of optimism, a little bit of dreaminess, a little bit of what comes next. Where can I, what can come out of this? And sorry, I have people emailing me trying to get onto the thing, and I'm just want to make sure I can get them in. But where was I? Yeah, what can come next? This moon is that possibility, that dreaminess of Neptune. But Saturn asks us to make really get really practical about it. There's kind of this underlayer of what's going on right now of Saturn being retrograde. So it kind of feels like no matter what you do, you're not ahead, right? It's like no matter how much you get done, no matter how much you accomplish, it kind of feels like you can't really get all of it done. And that's very much this Saturn and retrograde moment, just reminding you of all the things that need to be finished, that haven't been completed, all of these things these tasks that need to be taken care of. And so this moon gives us a little bit of levity with that connection to Neptune. But the strength of it is that you not only have the dreaminess of it, but you also think about practical ways that you can make that dream come true. Now, chances are you're not going to do it now, but it's a way to start to think about it and to celebrate what you've already done. Celebrate where you've already come from. What have you already done? What intentions have you set that have already come true? This is a beautiful time to set those intentions. So what I'd like to do is tune in now. We'll tune in with the Adi mantra. And oh, hi everybody. Oh, looks like Lydia found it. Hi, good. I'm glad you made it. So we'll tune in with the Adi mantra Om Namo Gurudev Namo to open up this space and to set that intention of connecting with our higher self. When we connect with the stars, we're connecting with that larger picture. These full moons, we get one of these full moon, at least one Sagittarius full moon every year, but the way that it lines up with the outer planets is what gives it a certain energy that we probably won't experience in another lifetime, right? We've experienced many full moons in Sagittarius, we've experienced many new moons in Gemini, but we only experience so many full moons exactly like this. So this is an opportunity for us to learn from the stars, to learn from this moment, right? The planets are always moving around us and they're helping us to evolve. They're helping us to bring consciousness to certain areas of our life. Oh, look over here a little bit. What's going on over here? Look over here, everybody. And if we arrive in the moment, we stay present in the moment, we can start to activate that place of consciousness. And that's really our work as human beings, is to bring more consciousness. We're expanding consciousness collectively. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to start by tuning in Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om, that creative force that created the planets, that created this planet, that created this entire universe, that is actively creating it. Not only created it, but is actively creating it with us. I recognize that. I bow to that. Gurudev, the great wisdom of the stars, the great wisdom of this universe, I recognize and I bow to that. So let's bring the palms together. This is how we open up our practice with Kundalini Yoga. Bringing the palms together, pressing them, letting the elbows come out to the side, having the forearms parallel to the ground, sitting up nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders down the back, and feeling yourself like this very wise yogi or yogini, maybe like the Buddha or Jesus or some holy person, some saint that you connect with. Just feeling yourself embodying that. Sagittarius is the sign of spiritual wisdom, of philosophy. So holding that vision, that embodiment of these saints, these holy beings. And feeling yourself in that place of grace. We'll tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath in. Press your palms and feel this space around you become sacred space in every direction, in all four directions, and above you and below you, feeling its sacred space holding you. Through the nose, exhale. Inhale deeply. Allowing yourself to take advantage of this moment, to align with the stars, to find this alignment within yourself, within your spine, within your DNA, by pausing and allowing, connecting. Through the nose, exhale. Inhale again deeply. And feel your spine nice and tall, the top of the head lifting up, the hips falling down, resting on the earth. And then your forearms, elbows are going one direction towards the sun and the other going towards the moon as they pool, and your palms pressing together, holding the universe together. And then through the nose, exhale. Inhale again deeply. And exhale, relax the hands down onto the knees. Sometimes I feel like the only thing we need to do is tune in, and we're golden. That was a good tune in. I felt that from all of you. Okay, so we're gonna do some yoga, some breath work and some yoga. Then what we're gonna do is start to move into the meditation. And the meditation is to help fortify that positive mind. In this lineage, in Kundalini Yoga, we recognize 3 different minds. We'd have 10 different bodies, and 3 of those are mental bodies. There's 3 mental bodies, there's the physical body, there's the soul body, and then there's 5 energetic bodies that we have. And if you're interested in energetic bodies, that's something I'm going to go over in my course that's on Tuesday evenings, the same time that starts on the summer solstice. But the 3 mental bodies are the negative mind, that's the first one, the positive mind, and then the neutral one. I have a strong negative mind. I've learned how to use that strong negative mind. A negative mind is it filters. It filters ideas. It's a filtration system. It's not a negative mind of like, that sucks, ew, gross, blah, blah, blah. It could be that if it's in a really exaggerated state, but really what it is it's a filter for information coming in, going, that's not real, that's fake, don't worry about that, not unnecessary, don't have to think about that, because we're having tons and tons and tons of thoughts, thousands and thousands of thoughts every second. So the negative mind helps you to filter out the things that you don't need to worry about, right? Sometimes it might, if it's not in balance, then it might be filtering things that you do need to think about and that you should contemplate. A really strong negative mind, you might not be accepting things into your world that you could be accepting. And then behind that is the positive mind. And the positive mind just takes whatever thought made it through and goes, that's a great idea. That, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yep, that's a great one. And it just is like a cheerleader for that idea. Like, that's a great, yes, that one. We should do this because this, and this. That's a good idea because blah, 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 blah. So what we're going to work on today with this Sagittarius energy is that positive mind. That positive mind that says, yes, you can do it. You got it. That's a great idea. Move forward. And gives us that excitement to move forward with the thing. Because that's one of the things that Sagittarius does really well, and is the energy of this moon. So that'll be what we're working towards in this practice. So go ahead and stretch your legs out and shake your legs out a little bit. We're going to be sitting for the first couple exercises. So let's get some blood flow in the legs first. Just bounce the knees up and down. And you can pat the thighs a little bit, give a little massage to the legs. They've been holding you up. And the thighs are actually, Sagittarius rules over our thighs and our legs. One of the things you might notice is that a Sagittarius, especially if they're Sagittarius rising, might have shapely legs. I'm a Sagittarius rising. I did not get that trait, unfortunately. Just a nice little pats of the legs. And then you can take your hands and really relax the legs, cup the hands, put them on top of the knees, and just give little circles to your knees. Go one direction and then the other direction, just giving little massages to the kneecaps. And you can relax your hands and point your toes forward, really stretch the toes forward, and then bring the toes towards the face and point the toes away and bring the toes towards the face. Point them, flex them, and then just wiggle them out a little bit more. And then come into a seat. So come into a cross-legged position. You're going to want to be in a position where you can sit up nice and tall. So sit up on your cushion or your pillow, or grab something that you can sit on, or roll it up so that you can sit tall. You're going to interlace your fingers and bring your hands on the back of your head, so your fingers kind of line up with the back of your hairline. Now, if you have hair like I have hanging down, you want to get underneath the hair so you're actually making contact with the skin on the back of the neck. And the elbows are going to come out to the side, and the chest is nice and open. Just sit here, locking your fingers in place. Close the eyes. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath. Forcefully through the nose, exhale. And then hold the breath out for a few seconds. Inhale again through the nose. Hold the breath in for a few seconds. Forcefully through the nose, exhale it out. Like you're trying to clear the nostrils out. Hold the breath out for a few seconds. And again, inhale deeply. Through the nose, really fill up on the breath. Hold the breath in. Feeling that chest open, feeling those elbows wide, that open heart, that optimism. Powerfully through the nose, exhale. Hold the breath out. Inhale deeply. Through the nose, exhale. Hold the breath out. Inhale. Last time, big breath in. Hold it in. Through the nose, exhale. Hold the breath out. Inhale about half a breath in. And then start breath of fire. Starting to pump the belly in and out, moving the solar plexus and the navel to start to move the breath. Try to keep those elbows open, that heart open. The shoulders are a little bit down the back. And my Sagittarius friend, Amun Beer, will keep the rhythm for us. Take a huge breath in through the nose. Hold the breath, hold the position, and then bring your attention to a part of your body that needs healing. Bring that pranic force and focus all your energy there, wherever you need a little bit more support. Focus your energy there as you hold the breath in. Keep the breath in if you can. If you need to, just sip a little bit more. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let all the breath out. Relax the hands down. Keep the eyes closed. And just follow your natural breath. Really pay attention to the natural flow of the breath in and out through the nose now. And start to transition into rock pose. Come sitting on your heels, let your knees come out in front of you. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. Interlacing the fingers behind the back, and start to bring your forehead down to the ground so that the middle part of your brow presses against the ground. And if it doesn't reach the ground, then maybe you find a cushion or something that can support you. Maybe it goes under your head, maybe it goes underneath your hips, but you can prop yourself here. And then lift your arms up nice and high as you can get them. Get the elbows straight, and then just hold those arms up towards the sky. We're going to start to create that sound that we started with, that O-N-G sound, Om, that sound of creation, chanting it out, really vibrating the nasal cavity, sending the sound up through the nasal cavity. And then when you need to, you take another breath and then you chant it out. So just begin to chant. Take a deep breath in. Om. Really vibrating the nasal cavity. And then when you finish that chant, you take a deep breath in and you continue that same rhythm on your own, just following your own rhythm, your own breath, chanting Om and really vibrating. Keep those arms up, feel that opening across the shoulders. This is so good for all that time we spend sitting in cars, at computers, holding phones. Wherever you are, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, slowly start to bring your arms back down. And then with the support of your arms, make your way all the way down onto your back. Come laying down onto your back. And rest on your back. All right, with your arms by your side, or if you need them at any point, you could bring them underneath your lower back. You're gonna zip your legs up, lift the legs up to 2 feet from the ground, about 24 inches from the ground. Heels are about 24 inches from the ground. And then you're gonna start to piston the legs in and out. Push and pull one knee in, and then the other leg straightens out. Pushing and pulling the legs, trying to keep them up at a height of 2 feet. So it's a little bit higher than we normally do these pistons at. And you're pushing and pulling the legs. There you go. Really feel your heel extend out in front of you. Really straightening that leg out and then bringing that knee in as much as you can. Alternating one leg and then the other. Keep going. Nice, steady rhythm. Start to find how the breath can support you in this. You're doing great. Keep it going. We're going to keep going. Keep your core engaged and just move those legs. Last 15 seconds. Inhale the legs straight. Have them 2 feet from the ground. Straight legs. Inhale. Exhale, let them return back down to the ground. All right, bring those knees into your chest. Both knees come into the chest. Give them a nice big squeeze. Really squeeze those knees in. Tight little squeeze. Help open up those hip flexors after you just worked them. And then lift your head up and start to rock up and down the spine if that feels comfortable in your spine. And then start to rock yourself all the way up into tabletop or a crawling position, coming onto your hands and your knees. So bringing those hands right underneath your shoulders so that your arms are parallel to each other, and then have your knees right underneath your hip joints. And we'll start to move between cow, lifting the sits bones up into the air, dropping the belly down, lifting the chest up. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, squeezing the belly in and up, and tucking the chin. You can start out slow with this, but don't get stuck in either position. Let it be about moving in between them. So you can start to move slow as the spine starts to warm up. As you come up, you're inhaling Sat. As you round, exhale Nam, starting to connect with this sound current of Sat meaning truth, Nam meaning identity. Sagittarius represents this ongoing search for truth, for meaning, for understanding the purpose of life, always searching for truth. So start to connect with that sound current, hearing it on your inhale and hearing Nam, identifying with that truth on your exhale. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. As you keep going, you can start to pick up the pace a little bit more. More breath, move a little bit faster, deeper breath. Really moving back and forth, really getting that spine supple. Just 3 minutes of this a day can totally change your spine, can give you a very different experience of your spine, of your back, of your posture, of the way you move through the world. And inhale into cow pose and hold cow pose. Lift the head up, pull those shoulder blades down the back a little bit more. Drop the belly down a little bit more. Really stick your butt up into the air. Feel your Sits bones spread. And then exhale into cat pose. Squeeze the belly in and up. Get all the breath out. We're just going to hold the breath out for a moment here. Squeeze the belly out. Squeeze the belly in and the breath out. 3, 2, 1. Neutralize the spine. Inhale. And we'll do whatever stretch feels really good to you. You can move the neck a little bit if you need to sit back. Find a few gentle movements before you ultimately come and lay on your back. Hi, Annabelle. All right, so coming down and laying on your back, we're going to come and rest for a moment to help integrate that practice and prepare ourselves for the meditation. We're just laying down, surrendering your body to the floor, doing whatever's going to make you feel comfortable. So if it's cool in that room, a little cool, then maybe cover yourself up. You need to push things out of your way so that you feel like you can really take up space. Do that. You need to drink some water, drink some water. And just totally let yourself rest. This is a very potent skill, especially in the times we live in, to not fill every moment with doing, but to find these moments of pause, of resting, of stillness. Take a nice deep full breath in. A nice deep complete breath out. Feel that movement of the belly and the chest as you inhale. And feel the shoulders relax more as you exhale. There's a subtle movement in the shoulders, or maybe a turning of the head or the neck. Start to move your fingers and start to move your toes. Circle your hands on your wrists. And circle your feet on your ankles. Bring your arms up overhead and push through your heels. Have a nice big full body stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring the knees into the chest and wrap your arms around the knees and squeeze yourself into a tiny little ball. Lift your head up and squeeze. Tight, 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 tight. Turn the head back down. Keep the legs in, but extend the left leg long. Just the right knee stays in. Left leg long. And then guide that right knee up and over to the left side, coming into a twist. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the head relaxed. Head looks over to the right. Right arm reaches out to the right side. Come back to center. Squeeze both knees into the chest in between. Extend that right leg back out. And then guide that left knee up and over to the right side. Come back to center. Bring both knees into the chest again. Rock side to side. Rock up and down. Make your way back up to a seat. Coming into easy pose, so cross-legged position, sitting in a comfortable seat. We're going to do a little breath work before we go into this meditation. So bring your left hand into Dhyan Mudra, index finger and thumb touch, tip of thumb touch. Rest of the fingers are straight, let that relax on your knee. Right hand we're going to have flat. Block the right nostril, inhale only through the left nostril. Nice slow deep breath in. Once you have the breath in, you're going to block the left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Whenever the breath is in, you switch the channel, so you exhale through the left, blocking the right nostril. And you continue with that 4-part breath pattern. Inhaling left, exhaling right, inhaling right, exhaling left. So again, whenever the breath is in, that means you're switching which nostril you're going to breathe out from. Following the breath. Noticing the breath. Slowing down the breath and starting to put the sound current on the breath. Sat. Nam. Sat. Truth. Nam. Ne. Inhaling. Sat. Hearing Sat on your inhale. Hearing Nam on your exhale. Finish, complete the cycle of breath that you were on by exhaling through the left nostril. And once you finish that last exhale through the left nostril, you can relax the hands down and let the breath flow in and out through both nostrils. Okay. Rearrange yourself, stretch your legs if you want before we get into this meditation. We're going to do 22 minutes of this meditation for the positive mind. 2 is the negative mind. 4, 2 plus 2 is the neutral mind. And 3, the third body in this lineage, is the positive mind. So we're going to connect with the positive mind for 22 minutes. So find a comfortable seat. Again, yeah, if you need to grab a scarf or something, cover yourself up if it might get cool where you are as the sun starts to go down, or as you're sitting still. Find a comfortable seat. It's really important that your heart can be lifted in this. So that means sitting up so that your knees are lower than your hip joints. So propping into, there's no competition in Kundalini yoga where if you have less, you're sitting on less, you've somehow won. I went to a Bikram class the other day, and that is a competition. And I won that class, just so everybody knows. Okay, so sitting in a comfortable seat. What we're going to bring the index finger and the middle finger out. So this is Jupiter, this is Saturn. We've got them together, and we're holding down the pinky and the ring finger. Okay, that mudra is going to, you're just going to let your elbows kind of rest by your side, and then have the forearms come up to about a 30-degree angle. Okay, so this would be like at 0 degrees, this will be 30 degrees, that would be 60 degrees, that would be 90 degrees. So you're trying to find a 30-degree angle with your arms, your forearms coming out in front of you. And then you're going to let the palms face totally forward. Okay, so there's a little bit of a bend in the wrist so that the fingers are pointing up and the palms are facing forward. Now really lift the heart here. Feel the shoulders come down the back and bring the chin in. Really try to hold this form as we continue. Your body's going to start to kind of come out of it, but see if you can come back into it as we continue. We're going to use the mantra Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. So meditating on truth through infinity, life, death, and rebirth. That's what those sounds mean. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. You're going to mentally vibrate that sound on your inhale and then on your exhale. So as you inhale slowly, you're going to mentally vibrate Sa, Ta, Na, Ma until you have a complete full breath. And then you're going to start to exhale Sa, Ta, Na, Ma, and try to get all the breath out. So you're going to, depending on your breath capacity, you're going to, and how long your breath can be, you're going to chant that Sa, Ta, Na, Ma nice and slow, okay? With your breath. Try to coordinate it with your breath. There you go, Eva, I like that. All right, so finding a comfortable seat, pulling the shoulders down the back. We're going to close the eyes for this and focus up at the third eye center. That's where you're going to send that sound. So you're going to hear the sound. You're going to mentally vibrate the sound Sa, Ta, Na, Ma at the third eye. So find your position, exhale all the breath out, focus up at the third eye, and inhale Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And then when you exhale, same thing, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Start to go with your own rhythm. your own breath. Try to hold the mudra and the body in the integrity of this position, in the posture of a saint, of a holy person giving a blessing. This practice is connected with prosperity. It's connected with healing, with blessings. Your mind's going to go through different layers. The psyche is going to balance. And so at points, you may start to become distracted. You might feel sleepy. You might feel bored. You might feel agitated, but just see if you can keep that through line, staying with the mantra. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Again, take a full breath in. And a complete breath out. Let the breath come back to normal and open and close the hands. Open and close the hands. Like a fist. Open, close, 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 open, close. Relax the hands down onto the knees. Relax the eyes. Close the eyes. Relax the mind. Relax the breath. And relax into the effects of the meditation. With great awareness, grace, and taking your time, start to lift your hands up, bringing the palms together in front of the chest, in front of the heart, elbows out to the side, coming into prayer pose. Finding through feeling your hands, finding their opposite and pressing completely together, and finding the thumbs pressing against the heart and the heart lifting towards the thumbs. And we'll combine those sounds, sa, ta, nama, into sat, nam, sat. This part of us that has been here throughout all of time, that has experienced every place, that is in every dimension, that is in this moment, that will continue on. That which is truly true. Nam, I meditate, I recognize that part of myself. I identify with that. In this full moon, holding that intention of seeking the truth of ourselves and seeing that truth in the world. Take a deep breath in to chant a long Sat Nam 3 times. Sat Nam Nam. Bringing the thumbs up to third eye and recognizing your higher self that brought you here, that helped bring you these tools and all of the tools that support you in knowing yourself, in knowing life and expanding consciousness for yourself and for all beings. And bowing forward in gratitude for that. Sanam. Okay. Hopefully you're in a really lovely state, a beautiful conscious state. So, maybe don't blow it by doing something that's not gonna keep your vibes up right after this. See if you can keep those high vibes. Maybe you wanna dream a little bit. You wanna paint something, you wanna sketch something, you wanna write something, whatever your creative outlet is. Maybe you wanna dance and move a little bit. Let that creative expression celebrate this moment, celebrate where you are, celebrate this state of consciousness that you're in, rather than bringing it back down by staring at your phone or checking those work emails or whatever that thing is. Maybe give yourself from now until the you go to bed this beautiful space to care for your body, to care for your psyche, and put yourself to bed really sweetly so you can wake up tomorrow feeling really good. Thank you for your donations. If you want to donate, all the information's there on the full moon. And next Tuesday at this exact time, we start a series called Radiance, which I'm really excited about because it's really putting my embodied experience of the 10 years that I've been practicing into the energetic system. And how do you take the energy that's inside of you and let it shine out and let it guide you and shine your path. So that starts in just a week. So if you're interested in that and you have any questions, let me know. And have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday evening. Happy full moon, everybody. Good to see each of you. I'll take us off of